Across Europe, workers are demanding wages they can live on, and trade unions now have a new lever to make that happen. The EU Directive on adequate minimum wages creates new obligations for governments to strengthen collective bargaining, improve minimum wage adequacy, and involve social partners. But these rights only matter if workers can feel them. This is why the full implementation of a directive is crucial. And in order to push for this, we have created a monitoring tool, tracking the situation in each of 27 member states. We have also developed practical tools to help trade unions turn the directive into action. In this video, we look at 3 of those tools and how they can support your work nationally and sectorally. We even went beyond the directive, getting a full picture of minimum wage and collective bargaining systems across Europe. Information that can help strengthen workers' power everywhere. Tool 1, Wage Up Country Profiles and Comparison Tool. The website brings together detailed national reports on minimum wage systems and collective bargaining systems, and tracks the implementation of the directive in each country. These country profiles help unions identify where governments are falling short and where action is needed most. The profiles combine wage data, bargaining coverage, legal reforms, transposition process, and national industrial relations systems. Unions can use this information strategically to compare national systems, to identify weaknesses, to support bargaining demands, and to challenge governments when implementation is not ambitious enough. The comparison tools are especially useful when preparing national action plans on collective bargaining. Under the directive, countries with bargaining coverage below 80% must produce action plans with concrete measures to strengthen collective bargaining. The Wage Up website helps unions assess what measures already exist, what is missing, and what other countries are doing differently. Because strong action plans require evidence, and evidence creates pressure. Tool 2, the ETUC Toolbox for Collective Bargaining Action Plans. This is a practical resource for unions engaging with governments on national action plans. The directive requires action plans to contain concrete measures and clear timelines to increase collective bargaining coverage. But the directive does not prescribe exactly what those measures should be. That creates space for unions to shape the agenda. The toolbox provides a wide range of concrete proposals that affiliates can adapt to their national context. Measures include strengthening sectoral bargaining, improving extension mechanism, ensuring union access to workplaces, including digital access, preventing trade union busting, supporting bargaining through public procurement rules, and extending collective agreements to more workers. The toolbox also recognizes that different countries face different challenges. In some countries, the priority is protecting strong sectoral systems. In others, it is building bargaining structures almost from scratch. The aim is not simply to comply with the directive on paper. It is to build stronger bargaining systems in practice, systems where workers have a real say at work. Tool 3, Assessing minimum wage adequacy. The directive makes clear that minimum wages should support a decent standard of living. One of the key reference points is the so-called double decency threshold, which encourages member states to set minimum wages to at least 60% of the median wage and 50% of the average wage. The Wage Up resources help unions assess whether minimum wages are truly adequate, not only statistically, but in real life. This is why we track not only nominal growth of wages, but also real growth that represents the actual purchasing power of earnings. In the tool, we also explain that can be different criteria guiding the adjustment of minimum wages, such as inflation, purchasing power, baskets of goods, and how we can move from a discussion of minimum wages to the concept of living wages. These tools help unions make stronger evidence-based arguments for wage increases and connect minimum wage debates to the broader fight for decent living standards. The directive creates opportunities. With Wage Up, we provide the tools. Now it's about using them to strengthen collective bargaining, improve minimum wages, and deliver better working standards for workers across Europe. Because higher wages are not automatic, they are won through collective actions.